So if you are somebody who is looking for clients actively, this video is going to be a game changer for you. Hello people, welcome back to my channel. A lot of you requested me to create a video on cold pitching, so here it is. In this video, I'll tell you what is cold pitching, platforms through which you can do cold pitching, a step-by-step process to pitch your prospects, and the best cold outreach hacks. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing that I wanted to discuss is what is cold pitching. So cold pitching or cold outreach is when you reach out to people whom you do not know. Basically, you pitch your services to prospects to see if they're looking for your services and eventually convert them into your client. That is essentially what cold outreach means. Okay, but the catch here is that neither you know them nor they know you. Okay, so how does that process work that they still get converted into your client? This is something that is of utmost importance for this video. So now let's talk about different ways or platforms through which you can do cold outreach. Essentially, it's one, email, and second, social media platforms. So if I talk about emailing includes sending mails to prospects and convert them. Here you should have their email IDs, and for that there are data scraping tools available. For example, Apollo.io. But there are many available, and I am personally somebody who practices cold outreach through DMs over email. So if you want me to create another video on emailing, I'll do that after I have tried and tested that for myself. But for now, this video is focused on cold outreach through social media platforms. And when I talk about social media platforms, that essentially means any platform where your ideal target audience is. For me, it is LinkedIn. For you, it can be X, Twitter. For you, it can also be Instagram in case your service aligns with that particular platform, and that is where your target audience hangs out. So considering that we will be sending messages to people on social media platforms, let us now talk about the process that goes into pitching them. So the first step is to identify who's your ideal target audience. That is, who you should be pitching. ऐसा नहीं that you are randomly pitching out anybody and everybody, because then the percentage of people who would respond to you and get converted will be negligible. So you have to first identify the right target audience. So for that you have to understand what services you offer and who would be the ideal person who would be benefited by those services. Then there will be a lot of other factors that you can look into to define that particular persona of people. For example, whether those particular people should be from India or the US, then in what company you want to pitch, particular niche, age group, sex you want to pitch. So you have to identify first your offerings, and based on your offerings, who would be the person who would need your services, or what kind of companies would need your services. And then you have to look into other factors in case you want to niche down further so that you can target the right set of people based on your skills. So the second step in the cold outreach process is to do enough research to find the right people and pitch them. What does that mean? You have already created a persona for yourself, but do you need to pitch every person who fits that persona? No, because not everybody would need your services. So first you have to find those people, those ideal people, and then you need to do enough research to identify whether they need your services or not. For example, if I want to work with US based digital marketing agency that have around 50 people working in their agency and they are making XYZ amount of revenue every year, I'll use the search filters on LinkedIn for all these categories, and then I'll come across different companies and people. So I'll check out those companies manually. You have to do that work in order to find who are the people who need your services, or which are the brands that need your services. So there, what I'll do is, if I want to provide them say blog writing services, I'll check out their websites and see how updated their blog section is, how frequently it is updated, and are there any kind of flaws that I can probably help them correct. For example, the blogs are not well optimized with keywords or the blogs are not well formatted. So I got a point to pitch that person, right, or the company, because they eventually need my services and I can help them with the same. And here, even if I come across some agencies or some companies, I'll not be pitching their admin or their HR or any random person in the company. I have to identify the right person. For example, for a blog writer, the right person would be a content strategist or a content marketer or an SEO person. So anybody who's working in the same department in which you want to work, but that person has some kind of right or authority to hire you or make decisions on part of the company. You have to identify those people and eventually pitch them. So the third step here is to actually pitch them, and for that you have to write a pitch that is highly personalized, a pitch that's about their problems, a pitch that is relevant to them and they probably want to respond to. So that is all about the entire cold pitching process. And now I'll simply talk about certain hacks that you definitely need to know so that the chances of you getting responses to your cold outreach are high. The hack number 1 is personalize it. And personalization ka matlab, it's not just about writing their name, please. Personalization means that you have to talk about them. The first line of the pitch should at least be super personalized. Maybe you can talk about any of their recent blog posts, you can talk about any of their recent achievements, you can talk about any of their LinkedIn posts. Wherever you are pitching, whatever you are able to find about them, make sure that you are appreciating them for it or keeping it to the point for them and not just about you. Never start a cold pitch with, hey, I am XYZ person and this is what I want to do. No. Talk about what you have got to know about them or any other point of appreciation for that matter. That is what we call personalization. Okay. Now, the second tip I would tell you guys is to make it about them. Give them a strong reason to even care about reading that particular pitch. And how you can do that? By clearly telling them what they are lacking and what can be the impact of that particular thing. That what are they missing out on if their blog section is not updated? What is the way they are going to be suffering because of that? And how overcoming that will help them grow their revenue. And usi ke saath you can also talk about your relevant experience that can perhaps help them. Why they should care about you now. They know that they should be reading this message because they are missing out on something, but how you are the right person for solving their problem, this is what you also need to talk about. The third hack with that is warm your lead before pitching. Now, this is not something a lot of people will tell you. People will simply tell you to send thousands of mails every month, but that is not how it works, especially for freelancers. For agencies, perhaps it can, but for freelancers, no. You first have to build a relationship with the person whom you're pitching. That sort of increases the chances for them to respond to you. So instead of directly pitching somebody whom you do not know, plus they do not know you at all, start building a connection with them before you pitch them. And how that can happen? By commenting on their post, connecting with them in DMs, or getting on network calls with them, or any other way, trying to understand that particular person before you pitch them. So that is going to increase the chances of them responding to you and getting converted into your client. If you want more clarity on the kind of pitch you can share or send to your prospects, please comment down template and I'll be happy to send my cold pitch template to you guys so that you can use the same, personalize it and pitch to your prospects to convert them into your clients. I hope that this video has been super helpful to you. If it has been, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And if you have any topic suggestions that you want me to cover, then please drop them in the comments as well. Anything around freelancing, content writing and personal branding, I'll be more than happy to take them up. Okay, bye bye. See you in the next video. Bye.